Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Let me just share this. Give a minute, let everyone get on. Let's see, share. And there we go. Just sharing it. Yeah. All right, good. All right, and here we have Kate. Pop it on. Let's get her on here. Hey, Steph. All right, should pop on in a second. Adjust my things here. All right. All right, Instagram, I accepted it. Like, let's go. All right. It's being not nice right now. Come on. All right. Okay, can you try doing that again, actually? You're not on a computer, right? Because it won't work if you're on a computer. So you need to be on your phone or iPad or whatever. Oh, my tea's hot, which is a good thing. Let me know. All right. We are just waiting. Hi, Chris. Good morning. All right. There she is. Hello. Good morning. I know, you never know with Instagram. Like 1 minute it works, 1 minute it doesn't, and it's new things pop up all the time and I never know what's happening. But we did it. We're here. Yay. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you came on to chat with me this morning. And it's bright and early. Yay. So let me just introduce you real quick and then we'll get to it. Hey everyone, my name's Jen Sankey. You know me from Stardust Wanderer Tarot, Cartomancer Magazine, and I'm also on the board here at Witch City. And we are doing a Witch City interview series of all the people who are presenting. We're going to get some vendors on. And just so you guys know who we are and you recognize us. And the wonderful person we have here, she's very important. You want to know who she is. This is Kate Aspin, and she is going to be she's presenting, but she's also going to be our mental health witch during the weekend as well. So our theme is tarot and transformation. So all of our presenters are going to be touching on some part of that. So that's a lot of work sometimes. And, especially we all know it's tarot. It kind of hits you sometimes with some things and you're like, whoa, okay. So you know what? If it's a little much, you can always find Kate and she'll kind of talk you through it, set you straight, and send you on your way. So welcome, Kate. So why don't you tell us, like, how did you get into tarot?
It's a hard question to answer because at some point in my teens, I just got a tarot deck, but I have no idea how it came into my possession. But it just,
oh my gosh, that's kind of epic. It just like appeared, like there it is.
I don't know. I have no memory of how I got it, where I got it. It's always been with me. Even through different moves and going off to college and all that, it just always stayed with me. And it's just been a part of my life for so long.
Right. I love that though. I love that it just like appeared and there it was. What was your first deck?
It was Raymond Buckland's Romani Tarot.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice one too. Oh my gosh. Do you still have it?
I do. It's tucked away because I learned a few years ago that it's out of print and it is. Everybody wants to pay thousands of dollars for it. So I'm like, I'm going to put you somewhere safe, not because I want to kill you, but because I don't want to destroy you.
Yes, and nobody knows. Like nobody's allowed to know. Well, that's what you said. I was like, ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Good one to start with.
That's awesome. So you're also Chris is saying aliens. I agree with that. I'm going with aliens. It is funny because yesterday something was going on and I was like, yeah, the aliens, they're just getting ready to pick us up. And I'm just going to put my sign on my roof, like, take me, please. Let's go.
Yeah. I've been waiting my whole life.
Right? I am completely ready for this. Come on, beam me up. I'm ready to go. So your muggle job is a social worker, right?
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, it's interesting. I don't even consider it a muggle job per se, because within social work, it's so intuitive. You're meeting people and you're trying to connect to them, trying to meet them where they're at and help them figure out what's going on and put words to what's going on to help transform where they're at right now to a better life. Right. So right now I'm working in a medical setting. So it's the combination of mental health, substance use, medical concerns, and just the day-to-day stressors that we all have on top of a pandemic. And it's meeting people where they're at and trying to offer them that olive branch of hope that things can get better and can improve. And
right. I love that.
Get them there.
Yes. And, I definitely agree with social work. I'm a nurse as well. So I totally, get that. And especially when you are working with people who have these other issues, and sometimes it's hard to see through that and actually see the person.
Yes.
And so it does definitely take that extra intuitive, especially if you're empathic too. But I also feel like that's kind of like a double-edged sword sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So, and I love that. And, I think too, it's going to be really helpful because, like I was saying before, when people are doing tarot, when they're doing that deep work, and it is that shadow work. I mean, I don't love the phrase shadow work. It's work, because we all have these things going on. And I feel like it's just like so overused right now. Like, oh, just don't go on TikTok about it. Just don't do it. But so can you just tell us about what your presentation is going to be?
Oh, sure. It's called Tarot Motivation and Change. So it's broken down into 3 parts. So that way my hope is by the end of the session, people will have a chance to get them to know themselves better, figure out what it is that we really want, not just what society thinks we should have or what other people are telling us we should do.
Yes, that's big.
Start figuring out how to take little steps to achieve whatever that is once we figure out what's really important to us, and taking tarot along the way, so that way people have tools and spreads and ways to, when they leave that day, go home and pull some cards and figure out a little deper than what we can do in my little 45-minute talk.
Right.
So
but you're just giving them that start, I love that. Yeah, definitely. And it's all about the little steps. It really is, because, again, that whole society thing, like we have to do these big grandiose things and these big changes and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter if you're not taking those little steps, and that goes even like with people when they're like the manifesting stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to manifest a big house in the ocean, and you just sit there and wait for it to happen. Nothing's happening. And if you pull a card, your card, right? Your card's going to be like, what are you doing? Yes. So if somebody's roaming around and they, are feeling some sort of way, how are you going to help them?
Yeah, so the great thing about having it at the Hawthorne Hotel is there's all sorts of great little nooks and crannies to pull a person aside, so that we have as private a chat as possible. And it's right next door to the Salem Commons. So if what you need is to walk out some energy, we can go do that. And I'll be there to listen to people, figure out what's going on, how they're doing, and come up with a plan to how to make it so that they're okay in the moment and can either enjoy the rest of the conference or figure out what's a good plan for the rest of the day, so that way they can relax and come back to their own center, whatever that may be.
Right. Yeah, no, I love that. I think that's so important too. And especially when, we are, and also too, this is like the first conference we're all together in a really long time, right? Yeah. Which I'm super excited about. But people are anxious about that stuff still, that's still a thing. So, you know, I think it's so important, and we're so lucky to have you to kind of help us out with that, because, you know, just having all the people there too, right? You just might need, you know, you could just kind of scoop them up, like you said, bring them right into the little spaces, because there's so many wonderful little spots in the Hawthorne. But I think that's super important. So, you know, I'm really glad, you know, and if anybody, you know, you're watching and you're at the conference and you don't know where Kate is, you don't remember, just ask one of us on the team and we will direct you right to her. For sure. You know, especially because we're going to be having the night market, so that's going to be really super busy. I'm really excited about that as well. Now, do you live right in Salem? Is that where you live? Yeah, you live right in there.
I live in Salem.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful sunny day here.
Yeah. It's a little overcast where I am. I'm about 3 hours away in New York. Okay. But I've been looking for a house in Salem, and every stinking time I find one and I have a realtor and it gets snatched up. I'm like, oh, one of these days I'll get there.
So that would be fantastic to have you there.
No, it's like, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. So, you know, thank you so very much for coming on with us today. And, you know, I look forward to hanging out with you. And also too, you know, everybody, like I said, if you feel like you need somebody, even if you just need somebody to like bring you outside, you know, even though, you know, sometimes it's like when you're guided to go outside, it kind of brings you into that mindful space of like, I'm going outside to ground. It's not like you're just going outside. Like Kate can just guide you. She could just kind of be your little, you know, little bat guide and bring you outside.
Even if it's to take you outside to hug a tree to ground down, I'm all for that. There's some wonderful trees in the commons that are great for that. And
yes, awesome.
For that. So even if you can't talk about it, you don't want to talk about it, that's totally fine. We can do something more sensory and just help. I just want to help.
Yes, no, and that's awesome. Like, yeah, even if you just want to like breathe, like she'll help you breathe. Mm-hmm. She'll direct you into breathing. She's not going to breathe in your mouth for you, but you know how it is. All right. Well, you know, I'm so happy that you are here and you're here to help everybody. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.